It is officially sweater weather, and I love it. Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be discussing the series that I would like to start. Before we get into anything bookish, however, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments what is one series you're really looking forward to starting. So I've had this video idea on my list for quite a while now, and it hopped back up in terms of what videos I wanted to make here soon whenever Dasha over at Mythic Pages actually did a series of series videos in which she discussed the series she wants to start, the series she is not going to continue with, and the series she does want to continue with. I thought this was a great idea, so full credit goes to her. I will also be doing a series of series, and I'm very excited for it. Starting with this one, we're going to be looking at the series that I want to start. May I first say, no, this is not all of them. I have a lot of series marked on Storygraph that I would love to start. This is instead just the priorities. A majority of these are on here because I own the first book in the series, so I would love to get it off my own TBR and possibly find a new favorite series to fall in love with and continue. Hopefully, we'll see. But future Nat, I wish you well in that endeavor. These are in no particular order. It is mostly just whatever I grab or see first. So, starting out. The Extraordinaries by T.J. Klune. This is a series following a young man that lives in this world in which there are actual superheroes, and I believe he is totally normal but writes fan fiction about these heroes and is super in love with one of them. This sounds so entertaining. I've heard really great things about this series overall so far. I think the second book, Flashfire, was the one that came out maybe in September, and I believe a third book will be coming out next year. Obviously, I love T.J. Klune's work. I have read many of his books at this point, but this I think was his first YA, and so I am intrigued to see how his writing works for a YA audience. I'm sure I will fall in love with these characters, and I cannot wait to see more of his absolutely gorgeous writing that is just so engaging and draws you in and makes you feel like you're a part of the family that the characters create, because wow, he definitely does found family quite often. Next is actually a romance series, and so technically speaking, this doesn't really constitute a series, but majority of romance series I have read, I usually end up reading to completion, so I'll probably do that with this one as well. First is Yes and I Love You by Ronnie Lauren. I heard about the second book from Chandler Ainsley, and I was intrigued by it, decided to look it up, found out it was actually a part of a series, so I added this first one on my TBR, and I ended up going to pick it up at Barnes & Noble when I had a gift card. This first book is following our main character, Holland, who has this nightlife, basically blog personality, mostly in voice, I think, because it talks about her being a commentator, but her boss decides that she needs to officially come out into the limelight and show her face. However, she has terrible social anxiety and ends up hiring this male actor to try and help her to become more comfortable in being out in the light. I assume the two characters are going to fall in love. Cannot wait to pick this one up and start into it. Next up is a series that I actually didn't know was a series. I thought it was just a standalone. So this is Tiny Pretty Things by Sana Charaportra and Danielle Clayton. I think this has actually been turned into a TV show on Netflix. It is following our main character who gets into this very prestigious ballet school, and a bunch of very dark and I think kind of a mystery goes on throughout the story. There's lots of gossip and backstabbing. I think it's been likened to YA Black Swan, and I'm very intrigued by it. I don't really have too much to say on this one, honestly. Just the idea of it being based around a ballet school had me really intrigued, and then it has this very dark atmosphere with, I don't know if it's a mystery or if it's just a very creepy undertone in all of the backstabbing drama that's taking place, but I'm really excited to pick it up at some point. I don't know when that'll happen though. Hopefully sometime soon. The next one I was actually planning to pick up in November, but that ended up getting tossed out the window. That is Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angelise, and that's because the second book just recently came out. This has been pitched to me as Moulin Rouge meets Phantom of the Opera with some magic in it. I love both of those musicals. I love the fact that it has magic on top of that. It's only a duology, which, yes, so thankful that fantasy duologies are becoming more popular because that's my thing. 2 books and done, that's perfect. These end pages are absolutely gorgeous, and whenever I saw these, I finally took the time to read the little blurb, and can I just say, this section was what really drew me in. The star, Kalia, a powerful showgirl out to prove she's the best, no matter the cost. The master, Jack, the enigmatic keeper of the club and more than one lie told. The magician, DeMarco, the brooding judge haunted by a past he can no longer hide. We know I love characters, and all 3 of these people already have me interested. I want to know more. I want full backstories. I want fantastic character dynamics, which I've heard much love for this series, so I really cannot wait to start it. Again, second book just recently came out, equally as beautiful as the first. Hopefully I will love this, and maybe I can buy that second one and have the beautiful pair of them on my shelves. So that is it for all of the first books in series on my shelves. However, I still have many other series to talk about. Next is the Betwixt and Between series by Dorinda Jones, and I know you're shocked about this since 2 of my favorite book series are by Dorinda Jones. Me wanting to pick up more of her work? Surprising. Actually, it's more surprising that I haven't already done so. This one, I believe, is supposed to be a quartet of books, and currently the first 3 are out, so still having to wait for that last one before I'll officially jump in. However, this story is following our main character, Defiance, who ends up moving to Salem, Massachusetts after she's left a mysterious house. Love when that happens. I'll tell you the main point of the summary that really made me realize I'm gonna love this. The house is terrifying to the lawyer who is trying to bequeath it to Defiance. On top of that, it comes with a scruffy cat who's a bit of a jerk, and a handyman who is bathed in ink and looks like a model from GQ. Yeah, okay, sold. Done. Don't need any more. My guess is this is definitely going to have similar vibes to the Charlie Davidson series, except rather than the main character being the Grim Reaper, instead, there's probably going to be some witchy elements going on here. I have no idea if that's true or not. I don't know if she's going to be a witch or if somebody else is. I don't know if I want to jump in now or if I want to wait for the 4th. Decisions. This next one is a little different from the rest that I've mentioned so far, and that is the Daevabad trilogy by 𝗖cie RH. I have heard amazing things about this series overall. It's been recommended to me many a times now. Someone told me because I loved The Sands of Aralia, I would likely love this too, and that comparison just already has won me over. This story is set in 18th century Cairo, and I believe follows a female thief who traveling into this fantastical world of the jinn and realizes she actually has some jinn heritage. I don't know a lot about this. I don't want to know a lot about this. I've heard amazing things. However, I'm gonna be honest, I picked up the first book at Barnes & Noble and realized how chunky it was, and it did scare me a little. And we know how I feel about big books, and it's 3 books in the series. However, I'm really excited to start this one. One of these days, I'm just gonna have to get over it, pick it up, probably fall in love. Followed by that is what I've been saying I was gonna start for nearly a year now, and that's the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. I promised myself I was going to continue Rick Riordan's series after I finished the Percy Jackson and Olympians. That was in January. We're in November and I have yet to pick up the first book. I don't know why I'm like this, okay? All I really know about this one is that it is in the same universe as Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It follows some of the different characters who I believe are also usually children of the gods. I know we get a little bit more Nico. I know we get more Percy and Annabeth. I don't know why I haven't picked this up. I don't have a good reason for you. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed in myself, okay? I tossed out the offer to buddy read it with someone a while back, and you know, if they ever take me up on that, maybe that'll be the push I need to finally do it, because I know as soon as I start this series, I'm just gonna want to blast through it. Rick Riordan's books are just so addicting like that. Okay, next is another series by TJ Klune. Is anyone even a little bit surprised? That is gonna be Tales from Verania, and I've heard amazing things about this one from Paige. I think there's 5 books in this series, and I know it's not quite as heartbreaking as Green Creek series, but it definitely tugs at your heartstrings. You fall in love with the characters just as much. I'm sure there's a wonderful found family element. let me read you the main part of the synopsis that won me over. When Sam was 14, he enters the dark woods and returns with Gary, the hornless gay unicorn, and half-giant named Tiggy, earning the moniker Sam of the Wilds. At 15, Sam learns what love truly is when a new knight arrives at the castle. Sir Ryan Foxheart, the dreamiest dream to ever be dreamed. How does TJ Klune win me over so quickly? I don't know. I'm impressed. I think we follow Sam up into adulthood, and I can't wait for this. I know it has fantastic adventures and a wonderful gay romance going on. I'm sure it's also going to make me cry many a times because that's what TJ Klune does to me, but again, when will I start? Probably when I know I'm emotionally ready for my heart to be torn out. Okay, and then finally is one last romance series that I've heard amazing things about from Brennan Dunaway. Honestly, I've been wanting to pick it up for a while. All of her praise has just made me all the more intrigued, and that is the Winston Brothers series. I think this series is about 6 brothers whose father was in like some kind of a biker gang. They are known in the town for being very mischievous, but also incredibly charming, and each of the books follows one of the brothers in them having their own romantic drama happening. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here, but we're going with it. As I said, heard amazing things from Brennan. She has just praised Penny Reid's writing so much. She's told me that it is spicy and funny and sweet. All of the books across the board just sound really entertaining. I can't wait to pick these up, but that's a lot of books to start. And I think there's also like 1 or 2 spin-off series, which honestly, that's impressive that Penny Reid is still writing so much in the same world. Okay, y'all, and with that, that is every series that is on my priority list. Chances of those all being started next year? Not high. Let's be real. But I would love to pick them up soon. If you've read any of these, please tell me your thoughts. Tell me if you loved them. Tell me if you hated them. Let's discuss. As always, thank you so much for coming to my channel today, guys. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!